guys, Danny Johnson here, and today I'm going to show you how to change and also just show you how to clean as well your idle air control valve. And so that's this piece right here, and if you're familiar with the throttle body, what it does is as you step on the gas, it opens a blade to allow air to go into the engine. And so an idle air control valve does the same thing but on a smaller scale. Inside's a little valve that opens and closes that helps the car idle smoothly by letting more or less air in, but on a very small scale. These are usually found near the throttle body, and so if your car isn't exactly like this, you should be able to find it, just if you can find your throttle body. And it's pretty simple. It just comes right off. It's usually two 8mm bolts. In this case, this is aftermarket hardware. These are 5mm hex, and so I'll be using those to get it off. And so you can come over on this side and just start by pressing in on here to depress that tab, and then it can slide right off. Okay, so I just applied pressure here and then this slid right off. So that's just the connector for it. You want to do that first. Next we'll just remove these two bolts. Okay, so I just removed those two bolts and then it just comes right off. It's flush. You can see that little valve down in there that opens and closes. Okay, and so you also usually have a gasket piece here. So I'm not going to remove this one because I don't want it to tear, but it's just a thin piece of rubber basically. And so as you can see in here, it allows more or less air to go into the engine there. Next you can take some brake parts cleaner and just spray it down in there and clean that valve off. And then just let it air out. You maybe just turn it back over so it drips out, and it should dry pretty quickly if you're using brake parts cleaner. Okay, so the replacement is just the opposite of what you did to take it off. You want to make sure that this gasket is on real nice and that you don't have any leaks coming out of it. And so then you just line this right back up, and we're going to go ahead and put our bolts back on. And they don't take a lot of force, just get them good and snug. Okay, so with those bolts installed, just slide the connector back on. You'll hear a slight click, and you're good to go.